Do you try to fit in when you moved abroad? Dim your light? Well, today I'm going to be talking about building a bold mindset after you move to a new country. So I'm in a town called Placerville. It's in California. I'm doing a little different walk and talk today. Instead of walking on trails, I'm walking in this historic town. Just showing you some of the stuff over here, so I can capture it while I speak. But just like the folks that built this town in the 1840s, they made the bold move, they created the bold mindset to step out of their comfort zone and build something. I want to suggest to you to build your mindset, your confidence. If you have an idea, if you want to put yourself out there, share your thoughts, you just have to step out of your comfort zone and do it. And I want to share a little bit more about Placerville before I go any further. But first, let me show you this cute little bakery. It's called Sweetie Pies. They have breakfast and lunch. This place is famous for apples because the apple farm inn is very close to here, or the Apple Hill, and so I guess pies are very popular. So if you're watching this video for the first time, let me introduce myself. My name is Naina Kaputi. I'm the founder and CEO of the Expat Woman, and I help women make bold moves abroad. So when I mean bold moves, I don't mean moving to another country. I mean, after you move to a country, I empower my clients, my students, my community, my network to build the clarity, the confidence, and step out of their comfort zones and showcase their expertise, their personal brand, so that it opens the doors to opportunities that they wouldn't have if they didn't step out of their comfort zone, if they didn't build their bold confidence and clarity. And I do these walk and talk videos. I've been doing them for the last month because I am trying to build my confidence and clarity, and I feel I can do it best when I walk and talk, when I do these videos. And this is my first time actually doing it in a town. I might move a little bit because there are a lot of pedestrians. It's actually forcing me to step out of my comfort zone because I'm very conscious about shooting video and talking and walking. So not only am I feeling shy about the people I pass on the street, but also doing the video and then having people watch it once I upload it. But as I walk, I'm going to show you little bits of this town. This is the Placerville Town Hall. It was built in 1854. So a little more history about this town. This town was developed during the gold rush. It was mainly built by immigrants, folks coming from Europe, Asia, Latin America, Africa, etc., in search of gold. And it's called Placerville because placer means deposit, and they had many deposits here in the sand, deposits of gold, diamonds, rare minerals, precious minerals, etc. And so that's how it got the name Placerville. It's actually also called Hangtown because apparently 3 men were hung in this town when it was first created in the 1840s, because there was no judicial system, there was no law and order, and apparently these men stole gold. There are different rumors about what they did, or different explanations on why these men were hung. Some people say they stole gold, some people say they robbed a Mexican gambler, some people say they stole cattle, but they were hung after a very quick trial. And I believe the place where they hung them is somewhere in this town. When I do find it, I'll show it to you. So Yeah, and I just thought, I'm discovering this town. I'm walking down Placerville, and I am excited by the bold moves these immigrants and these locals or people living in the US or in California made, because this town is in California. They made bold moves by coming here to look for gold because they wanted a better life for themselves. They might have left their families or brought their families, left their cities, their countries, and some of them even went on to create businesses. This town is pretty famous for its entrepreneurship, and if you can see here, here's a fountain and Tallman Soda Works. Now some of these stores are old and some are newer. Okay, looks like ahead there's a street festival, so I'll have to like really go quick with my video because I won't be able to really speak once I get closer because of the noise. But they had ideas, and if they hadn't taken a risk and created these businesses, created the town, also think of the city or country or town you're living in. People took a risk, they stepped out of their comfort zone, they turned their ideas into reality. So think about, what would you do if you stepped out of your comfort zone? Would you launch a business, promote your service, start a podcast, pitch your idea, speaking idea to a summit or event or to a company to get them to hire you to speak? So there's so many things you can do, and I wanted to share 3 strategies today. And I've stopped here because if I go ahead, you can see there's a big festival. It's noisy, but when I finish sharing the video, of shooting this part of the video, I'll walk down through the street, and you can, if you want, you can stay on till the end, and we'll look at some of the stores together. This is my first time in Placerville. So yeah, my 3 strategies are: first one is you need to own your story. You've navigated a new country. You've had to deal with a lot of challenges. You've had to be resilient. You've had to be creative. You've had to do a lot of stuff. And I'm sorry, I'm walking back and forth because there's so many people walking past me, and I do still feel embarrassed about speaking while people go by. First of all, it's hard for me to be articulate and speak and get clarity on my thoughts. I'm holding this camera on a tripod, and then I'm trying to also shoot while I walk. So lots of things I'm doing. Maybe I'll stop here in front of the El Dorado County, Placerville, California. You can see El Dorado, discovery to the mother lode. It's the gold rush, 1848, right? That's when it came into being. Okay, so let me finish my 3 strategies. So the first one is you have unique experiences, expertise that you can share with folks around you. And instead of dimming your light, you need to shine your light bright. You need to own your story. You need to put it out there because it might resonate with someone. Not only will it inspire you to do more, but it'll resonate and inspire other women who need to hear your story. Just like every building on this street has a unique story, a unique history, so do you. So you need to own your story, be authentic. People are attracted to you because of your authenticity, because of your unique story and unique expertise and experiences. So instead of fitting in, stand out. Own that uniqueness, own that unique experience that nobody else has. The second strategy is you need to step out of your comfort zone. I've already spoken briefly about it, but if you don't step out of your comfort zone, if you don't make that effort, just like all these folks here who built this town did, your light is not going to shine brightly. People are not going to know about you. And you know, my videos are targeted to women who live abroad, who want to create impact and influence, who want to elevate their income. And so that's why I think it's so important that you step out of your comfort zone to do that. And then my final tip is you need to challenge your inner critic. That's what we call imposter syndrome or self-doubt. You need to, when you hear that voice in your head that tells you you're not ready, you're not qualified, you don't belong here, you should not share your story, you need to tell that voice you're a liar. I am worthy, I deserve to be heard, I deserve to be seen, I have experiences, I have unique expertise. So keep that in mind. You can turn it into positive affirmations. As I said, I'm worthy, I'm qualified, I can achieve success, I deserve success, etc. So I'm going to ask you today, what is one thing you would like to develop your bold mindset around? What is one little step you'd like to take? Because you don't want to take big steps. If you're going to own your voice, your story, if you're going to step out of your comfort zone and share that story, if you're going to challenge your inner critic, tell it to hush, tell it it's a liar, lean into it if you have to. What's one thing you'd like to do today? What's one small step you're going to take to shine your light instead of dimming it? Let me know in the comments. And if you're watching this video for the first time, my channel for the first time, do hit subscribe, do hit like, hit the notification bell so you'll get to see more videos like this. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the camera around, and if you want to stay on and watch some more video, I'm going to walk down this old historic Placerville is Main Street. And I'm going to, when I see something interesting, I'll share it with you. So this is dedicated to all veterans for their service to our country. So it's a veterans plaque. And here is Placerville. As I said earlier, they say it was originally known as Hangtown, incorporated May 13, 1854, and was established on the banks of Hangtown Creek as rich mining camp in the spring of 1848. And millions in gold were taken from its ravines and plains, supply center for surrounding mining camps. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but this is a historic landmark. All right, so, and now let's cross the street and see what else we can see. As I said before, this is my first time in this area, and it's blocked off by the Placerville police because they don't want anyone, I guess, beyond this. So looks like today is an art walk. So you can see this is the historic Main Street, Placerville. So there's historic sites, dining and shops, and Pink in the Night. So I guess this is some kind of fundraiser for cancer. So you can see these lovely old houses over here. I guess there's some vendors selling stuff. And there are lots of cute stores. Okay, this is kitchen goods, selling all kinds of bakeware. So there are lots of vineyards around here too. So this is a wine. I guess you can taste wine here. You can buy wine, and it's from a local wine store.
What is she doing?
So this is a restaurant called Bricks Eat and Drink. So looks like it's a beer festival. I wish it wasn't so crowded because maybe I'll have to come back another day. Now look at all the old buildings. That building was built in 1911. I don't know what it is. So it is the Oktoberfest. It's not just an art fundraiser. You can see there are lots of new shops around here, like vintage stores. Okay, it's really loud now, so look for modern art stores. Consignment boutique, an antique store. There's a hardware store.
Welcome to Placerville.
Thank you. This is the Old Town Grill. Hi. Okay, people are being friendly. I was so nervous about people being angry. Buildings and then newer stuff as well. There's always a toy and candy store in all these historic towns. Nice when people wave. Oh, this is a restaurant I want to come to. It's called Enchanted Forest Experience. I'm going to maybe try it tomorrow. So now I'm away from the music, so it is quieter. It's a pity in a way that this beer fest is happening, or Oktoberfest, because I would have liked to have walked down this town, down the street and been quiet. Yeah, I love how people are waving. That's cool. People are more open to being on video than I thought. I guess maybe some of them have had a couple of mugs of beer, pints of beer, whatever it is, so they're more loose, willing to wave at the camera. I don't know. Anyway, I'm almost at the end. I don't know if I still have you, if you've decided to leave. But one thing I've learned, if you're going to do a walk and talk in a town or on a street, find out if there are any festivals happening. Okay, so here's the hangman tree that I was talking about. Let me show it to you. So there it is. Can you see it? It's the Hangman's Tree historic spot. Maybe I'll come back tomorrow and shoot another video. But you can see someone hanging there. There's a lot of restaurants and bars, and here is a mural with a hangtown on it, and you can see the apples. I'll be doing another video in Apple Hill, so maybe I'll do some you can pick apples too. But I think I've come to the end of this. Look at this lovely old building. I love these old towns in the US. gives you a sense of some of the history, because the US is such a new country, so there's so much less history than, you know, in India, Europe, the other countries I've traveled to. Anyway, so that is more or less the end of it, I guess, because yeah, that it ends over there. All right, thanks so much for watching, and hopefully, besides enjoying this walk down Main Street in historic Placerville, I hope you also got some inspiration on building your bold mindset. And I had to build my bold mindset today, you know, walking down this street and shooting and in the midst of all the noise. And it's the first time I'm, as I said, discovering this place, so I also didn't know where I was going, but it just makes my walk and talks more exciting. All right, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye.